What is up? This is how my current funded account sits right now. So obviously last Wednesday, pretty big win. You know, risked $300, was not a full port at all. Risked a good amount, quarter 5R, pretty big day last Wednesday. And then Friday last week, small loss. Monday this week, small loss. Tuesday this week, great win. Made back those two losses. Put the account above 2,000 now, so I cannot go below zero. Anything I make on top is now what I will request out. Wednesday this week, super small loss. Yesterday, pretty big loss, $200. So the account balance is $33 up for the week, which is, fine. We've had loss, win, loss, loss, and we're still up on the week, which is good. Today, price action does not look very nice again. The daily, I believe, is drawing higher. We took out sell side. We inversed this gap at the end of Wednesday. Thursday we pulled back to the inverse at the end of the day, and then today we've just already expanded completely higher up to internal buy side already. So not really setting up for a nice kind of move. NQ's already up 1.5% on the day, so like it's not going to move much. But if we zoom in to the 1 hour, we pulled back to the daily gap yesterday, took out this sell side put in the SMT with the S. Put in the SMT, and then we've had a 1 hour change in the state closing at 8 o'clock. There was no news, by the way. This is just rips up. Just pure rips up. We had 8:30 orange folder. We've got no news rest of the day. We've took the internal buy side already. This was my internal buy side level that I wanted to trade up to today. My plan was to catch this side of the curve today, but that obviously happened pre-market. So it's not a move we were ever meant to catch. I'm not going to try and work out how to catch this because it's not my job. But I believe now the draw for the rest of the day is still higher. If this candle closes at 10, we could get a 4 hour change in the state. I could look to take a trade where we pull back, at 10 a.m. We pull back to this change in state, get the displacement. That's the internal model. That we can then align with the external model. That'll be something to keep in mind when 10 a.m. hits. Obviously that hasn't closed yet, so we don't know. I'm expecting this 4 hour to not really hold. I'm expecting these to be the draws on liquidity either for today or going into next week, but not really nice price action going in. This is not very nice. I would have liked to see us chop around, manipulate, and then go. We've just gone, so it doesn't really matter. But definitely staying back today, hanging fire, and letting price do its thing. Because the internal model on the bigger time frame, the internal bigger time frame model is now complete. We've took out that external draw on the 15-minute, but I still believe higher time frame. We're drawing up to those highs now, so just going to sit back and wait and see what happens. I'd want to see some form of generated buy side. I'd want to see some generated buy side to then get that internal model. That's the only way I'd like to trade, if we can generate these highs, get that displacement, get that fair value gap opportunity to take a trade, targeting that internal high, and then leaving a runner to external. So that's really what I'm looking at going into the open. No other way I'd trade other than that. Just longing right now would just be a complete gamble. So I'm just going to wait and see what happens. Peace. This is my face after watching NQ's price action today. This is my face. This is not efficient price action. This is not efficient. At the times of both my entries, price looked good. Hit a cheeky replay on this. We've just come down. into this 30-minute imbalance, you know, right here, 30-minute imbalance. And we've taken this 5-minute low and we put in an SMT and we get literally instant displacement, instant change in the state, instant displacement. If a value gap also opens up, we push back into them. This looks really clean. Super clean sell side of the curve on the internal model. What I didn't do yesterday and last Tuesday, we generated buy side on this in a lower time frame. Super clean. This was super clean, and then we chop, and then 10 a.m. comes, and funnily enough, 10 a.m. manipulation comes. The internal low gets taken. Another SMT gets put in place. I knew this would happen. From taking the trade this early, I knew it would happen. Should have just waited. I had 1 micro on this, so I was risking 0.167%. I had 1 micro, so I was risking $83. And I got wicked out at the internal low, which I was anticipating to happen right at 10 a.m. open. Literally, the 4-hour gets just about a change in the state. If I can't grab the line. Let me just do that. The 4-hour just about gets the change in the state. Literally as the candle closed. This candle closed, we got the 4-hour change in the state. And we haven't pulled back to it yet. But I succumbed to the 10 a.m. manipulation. We got took out. The internal low was taken. S&T was put in. So this first trade, pretty silly, but I was de-risked. And I was putting myself again in the position to make a bit of money. 3.5R. I was positioning myself to make a lot. Then the second trade came again. Looked really clean. So literally we had come down, took the internal low, instant inverse of this imbalance, instant 1-minute change in the state, pull back straight away and to the inverse as well, and that's where I get in. I went in with 2 micros this time because it was super clear. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. It's really clear displacement. And we started getting legs up. We put in a 1-minute gap. I was like, right, if we hold this, I can go break even already, because if this holds bullish, we shouldn't go back to this point. That inverse gets ran. We then open up a bearish one, and then as soon as we're up here, I put my stop at break even, because this is an inverse play, like, you know, inverse retest and go lower again. So I just got stopped at break even on this candle. And well, we've chopped ever since. Definitely made the right decision. We have now pulled back to the 4-hour imbalance though. But again, I'm not fussed. The only way a trade will be valid now is if we do get the 1-minute change in the state now and we inverse this gap. But yeah, I got stopped at break even, filled really rubbish fills right now. So I ended up losing 0.05% on that one. Which one did I go break even on yesterday? This one. So again, I'm glad I got out, because this is not efficient price action. This is not efficient, and I am 100% confident that all 4 of these losses, Wednesday's loss, Thursday's losses, and today's losses, I'm 100% confident one win in efficient price action will eat up all of those. My P&L is, well, my account balance is 1641. P&L for the day is 110. So where we were after Tuesday's win, we were at 2023. I'm $382 away from where I was after 3 days worth of inefficient price action. One win will 100% make all of that back when price action is behaving efficiently again. So I don't care about these losses, you know. When you go on replay and you look at them, like, they are good entries. In my opinion, these are good entries at the time of when they were happening. The first one, not so much. I probably should have just waited, because we were just chopping about. ES was holding this. Oh yeah, another reason for this re-entry. ES never broke this 1 minute imbalance, and the SMT was put in, obviously. But yeah, there's that SMT off the 5 minute lows. So, you know, it was really clean. It was clear. Yes, there was the 5 minute change in the state, like yesterday. But if we go back to yesterday's and last Tuesday, I was taking this as a sell side of the curve. There's no generated buy side here. Same as last Tuesday. There's no generated buy side here. Today was a lot cleaner. We generated highs. We made our way down. Clearly a sell side of the curve. And at the time, both these trades looked really good. Ooh. So I am not annoyed or disappointed by either of these losses. And that would have been my trade stopped out. So made that decision getting out. Price action isn't efficient. It turns out this 4 hour is still holding. For the time being. Again, same as this daily gap. Not closed above it yet. So am I forcing it a bit too much? Probably. Am I forcing the longs a bit too much? Am I forcing this too much? Yes. But again, trading those pullbacks are really tricky. And personally, I still think the draw is higher. This candle tells me the draw is higher still. It's just when will price go there? We don't know. What news do we have next week? Bank holiday on Monday. Trump gets in office on Monday as well. Not very nice news next week. But again, when will price go to that high? We don't know. It's not our job to know when. It's just to position ourselves for if and when it does. But today, not what I was hoping to see pre-market. It really did throw off my plans for the day. I'm just going to go ahead and do the 4 hour imbalance. So again, maybe shorts was a play again today, but I don't like going against the high time frame model. And to me, the high time frame model is super bullish. So yeah, we've now opened up a 1 hour imbalance. If we do come and fill that and then get our longs, again, you don't know that. You never really know. It could have been a 1 hour breakaway gap. It could have been a very CPI kind of candle where we just keep going for a few more days and then come back and revisit it. You don't know. So today, I'm not fussed from these trades. Price action will do what it wants to do. And it's all about us positioning ourselves. And at the times, these trades have got nice, and I'm glad I got out at break even because it wasn't efficient. It wasn't what I wanted to see. I usually say, oh yeah, always hold to your orders. But in times like this, yesterday, today, I've gone break even early just purely because it's not been efficient. It's been choppy. It's not been efficient. Now we've got an SMT. This SMT is still intact. But again, I would not look to trade this because at the time, it's not in a macro. What reason does price have to go to its targets at 10:30? It doesn't. It doesn't. All right. So it's always looking to align time with price. This was going into the 950 macro, and this was going into the 4 hour expansion. I'm happy. Honestly, I'm happy this week. Yesterday I wasn't happy. Monday I'm happy. Today I'm happy. Tuesday I'm happy. Wednesday was pointless. Really, this was pointless. Either way, today is definitely a good loss. I'm going to say small mistakes because I could have just waited for the 10 a.m. candle to open. But I didn't on this first trade, so a bit of room for improvement there. I also think all the trades I take before 9:50 lose. Oh no, Tuesday 9:44, that was a winning trade. that hypothesis is gone then. But the majority of trades I take before 9.50 are losers. So, you know, I'm not too concerned about today's losses at all. It is what it is. We have now pulled back to that 4 hour change in the state. And this SMT is still valid. If price goes down, it goes. Not my job to care. But I'm done. That is the week wrapped up. A tricky week. For the mind, I feel this week is really tricky dealing with times like this. But I've walked away from this week with 4 losing days and 1 green day, and I'm only down $76.76. That is a win, ladies and gentlemen. That is a win in my opinion. That is a win in my book. 4 losing days, 1 green day, and we're only down $76. Super good risk management, super good trade management. The first trade, again, this is pretty stupid. Second trade would have been better, and I would have, if this trade didn't exist, I would have probably held this through the chop and then closed in the chop maybe, or held it till I got stopped. I don't know. It didn't happen, so I don't need to care what I would have done anyway. I mean, yeah, that's it's as good as it's gonna get. It's as good as it's going to get. These opportunities looked really good going into where the trade was. This looks really good as the sell side, buy side. And then if we move it forward, yeah, 10 a.m. manipulation, accumulation, manipulation. Want to see that displacement. We open up a fair value gap, get that displacement, inverse a gap as well. Again, this looks really clean as well. After having that AMD, the power of 3, whatever you want to call it, at 10 a.m. Align in time, price, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, the models, the external draw that I believe is still the external draw as well. And it just chops around. So I got out when I got out, and I'm happy I did, as we ended up getting stopped. We would have been gotten stopped. So happy. Happy day. If you think this is a bad day, then you are brain dead. This is a really good day in my opinion. If you think a day like this for you, if you have a day like this and you're really beating yourself up, look for the rainbow in the rain. Yesterday was stupid. I learned a valuable lesson. I had to deal with that. I had to sit in that. I had a really bad day after my loss yesterday. But I've come back today, not caring about yesterday. Put myself in the right opportunities. Again, the first entry was de-risked because it was before the macro, before 10 a.m. And then the second one, I got out when price action just wasn't efficient enough. And sure enough, they were the right decisions to make. The de-risking was the right decision. Getting out was the right decision. So as long as you're making the right decisions, that is all that matters. So I hope this week has been as meaningful for you as it has been for me. I think this week has been more important than last week. Last week was mega important because I had that really big winning day after turning the account around. But I think this week was really important on managing trades, managing emotions. Tuesday I managed to trade really well. So that brings this great opportunity for learning week to a close. You know, the market is always going to provide opportunity. It's not always going to be opportunity to make money. This week has provided me with the opportunity to learn a lot, practice my defensive habits, practice my trade management habits, and I've walked away losing $76 on the week. Yes, we were up to 2,000 and we're down to 660 now. So yes, we've lost a little bit of drawdown if we work that out from our net total to where we are now. Yes, we're 381. 381.72 over 50,000 times 100. Yes, I'm 0.76% down. I've now only got, what's that? 4 minus answer. I've only got 3.2% left to play with on this account, but that doesn't bother me. But I've ended the week $76 down, which is what? 150. 0.15%. It's good. It's good. It's good. Good week. Happy with the week. Happy with everything I've done this week except yesterday. And bring on next week. Thank you all for subscribing. We're at like 320 now. The growth this past 2 weeks has been insane. Since the start of the year, the growth is crazy. I'm going to look at getting some actual more content out instead of just trade recaps. That's coming soon. Discord server, we're at 60 members after 2 weeks. That is insane. Thank you guys so much. Discord server link in the description. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever. Follow me on X as well in the description. I appreciate every single one of you guys tuning in, listening to this, watching me along my journey to profitability, which will happen. I will make a living out of this. I am worthy of achieving this. Anyone is. You just got to manifest it and put your mind to it. So, thanks for joining the journey. I appreciate all the support. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace. I missed the stop recording button. Peace.